There's a distinction between the US performance on the say-do ratio and that in the UK. And this is at the moment sort of anecdotal, but you hear it from multiple individuals that do business in both the UK and the United States. There's a gap in the say-do ratio. So what is it that you're saying that you'll do, and are you actually doing it? And what's the time frame for you actually doing it? And that delta shows up in some very interesting ways. So one of the ways that that delta shows up is actually in Stripe's recently released graph that tracks the revenue growth of companies in the United States, in the UK, and in the EU. And what you see there is a quite big difference in terms of many US companies are increasing their revenue far faster than their UK and European counterparts. And a big part of that is actually the say-do ratio being better in the United States. The number of times that a founder can have a positive conversation that in theory will lead to some commercial upside, for example, in the UK or in Europe, there's a significant delay very often there. And because of that delay, you end up with the sort of friction of doing business ultimately killing the deal. The notion that time kills deals is true. Personnel change, ultimately priorities in business might change too. And that leads to lost income and lost income opportunity for companies in the UK and Europe, because they're ultimately corresponding with organizations where the percentage probabilities are just that much lower because the say-do ratio is not as good as it is in the United States.